all that comes together. For me, all that comes together with coercion. And so it's a different level from manipulation to coercion because...
The coercion comes with power. What do you mean?
Because the person that is coercing you, it's about power. So that's what's manipulation for me is a whole different situation.
So
coercion comes with power.
So it's okay. So what's the other? Is it coercion or what? Or consent?
Consent.
So is it power or consent? Is what you're saying?
No.
But that's what you're saying. Coercion is.
No, you're hearing what you want to hear. It's okay.
I'm asking. I didn't assume. That's how you learn.
I'm saying a component of coercion is power. And that's what makes. So we were talking about manipulation.
You were saying
manipulation and coercion, and I was saying for me, what the difference between manipulation and coercion is power. Coercion has more power than manipulation.
You were probably more guilty of coercion when you was in high school and middle school.
Listen, don't judge me. You can't say what it is. How many kids you got?
Listen.
Okay. All right. Okay then. Me too.
That's not true. Shaka might be a product of coercion.
Let me tell you this. I was the coercer.
That is not true. Shaka might definitely be a product of coercion.
This is my
replay that.
I was a coercer my whole life.
Yes.
I was always the one who's getting people to do something.
This is a product of coercion.
Especially females. So that's why I understand it. That's a job of a man.
It's not your job. It's not your job.
Wait, just because we having a conversation before the conversation.
I'm in the middle of the podcast. I'm saying
this is not.
I accidentally called you.
Hold on.
Now you gonna say what's up with it? You accidentally called them.
That's my daughter.
You accidentally call her. We'll be like, "What's up with it?"
But back to what I was saying.
Don't play with it.
As a man, that we don't look like coercion because it's part of it. Guess what we call it, gang? Or guess what we call it? Being slick or gifted. What y'all call it though? He coerced me. I hit you with that slick shit you might warn you about. I'm just saying, I don't understand.
But that's not the baseline, and you're also assuming that every man shares your mindset. And that's simply not the case either.
There is no other men in here, so it is my mindset.
I'm gonna need to stop disrespecting Corey.
Now you see why I feel teamed up. So if I speak for me, you're gonna hit me with the feminine stuff.
I'm gonna need
you're gonna tell me, well, because I don't have no backup. She can go to you, she can go to her, but I'm here.
So I'm gonna need to stop disrespecting Just speak from your experience. Say from your. This is from your experience.
I'm only speaking from my only self.
Hey,
I can't tell your experience. I didn't experience it. This is what I'm telling you. I wonder what. That's why I'm confused as a male.
Well, because your experience is very important.
But you make a broad statement. You said, well, as with men. Well, just say as men.
I'm speaking for all men because I'm the only man.
You can't speak for all.
Don't you get that? I'm speaking for all men. Y'all ain't gotta speak for all women because it's multiple women.
You can only speak for you.
It's this equation thing. Mathematically, it's not equaling up. I'm gonna get both teams going.
You gotta participate.
And I don't participate, then it's really a Me Too movement. You want the lesbians in the room to come back?
We have men that tune in and speak up.
But Me Too and the lesbian, I said, I don't correlate the lesbians in the room to connect.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not offending nobody. I'm not against none of the communities.
Who else is lesbian in the room but me?
I didn't even know you was a lesbian.
So you just automatically just called us lesbians then? Because who else?
Not only is the odds against me, I'm with a woman who don't even like men. It's like, no, I'm just joking. Yeah, that don't even add up. There's a lot of women. This is what I'm saying. It's Oprah and the henchmen against me. I feel like I'm out of work. I put my head down, keep my shades on. It's going down. You could have gave me another set of nuts in here to help. I do need help. I'm saying it right now. I would love to have help.
Corey, the precursor to this conversation from the head. So now whenever we talk about
to make sure everything's right. Corey got a job.
We need a narrator to say what was going on behind the scenes, because when we get on live now, we already pumped, we already ready, he already full attack.
I just want y'all to understand it. I'm speaking from experience. But me as experience, I don't want to argue with one chick. Let alone three. So as a man, I think he don't want to argue with two against three. That's the odds. Give me the day. He said, you got three dudes up there to chick. I'll sit up here all day. We got her.
We got her.
That's it. That's the only way we can win. We got to be deep. When we won deep, I don't stand a chance of winning a debate, an argument, any sense of point with a female.
It's not a debate.
I'm sorry. My perspective.
It's not a
your perspective. That's what's up. Your perspective.
That's it.
You allowed to have your perspective.
That's all I got in this thing right here. 100%.
But the other one.
100%. Your experience is validated.
No, but
and
if it's 4 of us, then that means we all get 25%. I'm just saying that.
I feel you.
But the 75% equals the women, and the 25% equals the men. That's all I'm saying. It's equation.
We'll be fine. I'll keep checking on it, and I got enough.
And I'm only asking these questions so we can get better at the topic. I can get feeling. So what do you mean by if you don't mean? Like, what do you mean by coercion and consent? I'm asking because I'm confused.
So it means something different to everybody. So if we're talking consent baseline is an enthusiastic yes. Like, yeah, I'm down, let's do it. Mm-hmm. Coercion is something that takes a whole lot of convincing. Like, come on on Tuesday, come on Wednesday, come on Thursday, come on today, come on. Well, if you loved me, or if you cared about me, or
so that being
so
persistent,
you really don't fuck with me.
Is that being persistent?
No, that's not. That is definitely coercion because if
there's no persistence.
Okay, so but if you said no, it's really no.
Yeah, so it's no. So why are you persistent?
Listen, no is a complete sentence. It requires no follow-up or explanation. So if I say no, it's motherfucking no.
First off,
and I'm good at that.
First off, once again, yes, I'm glad. Let me go to Detroit Fish Bowl.
Hey,
You gotta go to
just
Detroit
proved your
Fish
point,
Bowl.
huh?
Okay, listen, my point is that. Originally when you said something, she said no, and then you like what? But then your energy made you have to try again. She said no. She gonna rub on your butt. And like, yeah, I think it's beautiful.
So this is the difference.
That's what I'm trying to say. That's coercion.
No, so here's the difference with coercion.
We should be good.
The difference would be now if she just put her hand on my butt, we at the club, we just feeling it, she just feeling. That's different. She ain't saying shit to me. She's not doing nothing. Now she on my butt like, come on, we gonna go home. You gonna let me come with you? Tonight. That's where the coercion starts. Us having a ball in the club and enjoying each other's time because I said no.
Okay.
If she asked me to be in the club, we gonna go home tonight, and I say no.
Second question. Do women want to be coerced?
No.
So women don't. So then why do they always?
So because I think this is coming with your idea of what coercion is.
That's why I'm asking.
Yeah. No woman wants to be. So once again, because we're only two people here, so I can't speak for all women in the world. But for the women in my life, the women I've spoken to, the women I advocate for, no, we do not want to be coerced.
So have you ever been coerced in life?
Mm-hmm. I've been coerced. I've been groomed. I've been all of that.
Time out. I just want to stay into the basics.
Okay.
So you've been coerced. Mm-hmm. You've been coerced, right? Yeah. But you both said that y'all don't want men to coerce y'all. Mm-hmm. So your actions don't speak the same as y'all words.
That's not true. No,
Can I finish? Yeah. So that I'm saying that the actions don't meet y'all word unless y'all were sitting there saying, did this person rape you?
No, but I have been.
No, okay, I ain't talking about the time. I'm talking about the person that.
But coercion is not about.
I'm talking about the person that coerced you. You said that you said no and you don't like it, but you still.
Yo, when did we get into this conversation? Because I want to have this on live. I want to have this on camera.
My perspective, as a male, my perspective is it sound to me that you're saying that somebody took something.
No, and let me explain to you why. Hold on, go back. So you asked me, have I ever been? You didn't say was it?
Both of y'all said y'all had.
So
y'all
actually. And I'm finished after saying yeah.
That's what I'm about to say. Because you want to be heard, but you don't listen to no goddamn body.
Listen, we ain't gonna take shots.
If we plug in,
I was.
I'm a
think we good.
panelist. I ain't throw shots at you.
Not you.
I think I do her. I just,
I want time.
you know, I want us to be
Hey, let's start. Let's start.
All right, let's start.
We getting a little.
Hold on.
Don't let us stay here and have this conversation too long before it started.
It got interesting.
What
was I saying?
Do that every fucking time. Why? What was the point?
It's just something that I have to
I wasn't
with
talking
this
to you,
show.
baby. I was talking to the
And I'm not finished with this. I'm going right to it. What y'all doing?
Okay, right. Anything. Lie. No, but it doesn't matter because it's not responding either way. It's weird. We were ready to set together and now it's acting funny. Where we at? I can't get it out there, so.
Yeah, we're always.
Carlise, I think that's your sister out there.
Uh-oh. Hello, everybody out there in the world. Welcome to the Social Flex. I'm trying to get my bearings together because this has been a wild session already. We are your Social Flex host and guide. We will be talking to you today about consent versus coercion and what it means to you as an individual. Again, these are all topics that we try to tap into what it means to you, and everybody's opinion matters, and we try to do this in an open forum, on an open table, with no judgment. So I'm going to pass the mic over to my... Come on in here. To my,
Just come in and sit down.
To my beautiful co-host, and she'll take it from here.
Hello and welcome to the Social Flex. I am Carlisa Turner, and today we have a wonderful panel. And we are going to let our panel introduce themselves. Give me a second.
Starting with the handsome young jet.
The only jet?
Don't do that, okay?
The only jet.
You
How you
already
doing?
started.
I'm Robert Randolph. And I'm just
You is not no goddamn Robert Randolph.
Then who am I then? That is
Your
my
name is Moochie.
Nah, you don't. I wish you didn't do that. But I guess you did it.
That's the character we
My
got.
name
That's the
is
character
Robert.
that we've been here all. You've been Moochie since we got here.
Yeah. You on the camera.
Well, today he's Robert Randolph.
Okay,
Okay,
Robert.
okay, Robert. How you doing, Mr. Randolph?
You want to share your age and status with us?
I'm 44 and single.
Okay. Beautiful young lady at the end.
I got a whole little spill, but Tasha Bonner Johnson, pronoun she, her. I am a sexual reproductive health advocate. I am a black woman. I have square rimmed glasses, red hair at the top and an afro, and earrings that are wood that say love written on down there. And I'm excited to be here, so thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for coming. We always like to thank our panel for coming. Today we are talking consent or coercion, or consent versus coercion, and necessarily what it means to you. I'm happy we have Miss Tasha on the show. I think she would be able to give a definition of the two and how they relate or are unrelated to each other. Are you able to do that, Miss Tasha?
Of consent and coercion?
Yes.
I can't get y'all the Webster's dictionary version of them, but consent, for me, consent, what I teach is an accurate, freely, concrete answer to anything that is happening, a concrete yes, a concrete no. There's no in between. And coercion is more of a power dynamic when it comes to getting somebody to do something that you want, and it comes with power in manipulation and just putting people in a position to where they feel as if they need to make a decision based on whatever that next person wants. So when I teach the people that I talk to or I have our conversations, those are the things that we speak about, what it is to say no a confident no, a definite yes, and what it means to be in a situation to where you feel like you have to say something or to agree to something because you don't feel safe.
So, you said a specific word in that definition, and as my co-host likes to say, it is a complete sentence, and that word is no. No is a complete sentence. There is no follow-up needed. You have to take the no as a no.
And let's be point. No can happen at any time and any point in a situation. No doesn't always have to happen at the beginning or the end. It can happen at the beginning. It can happen at the middle. It can happen at the end. Like once no is no, that's the end. No. So
I know that I have like some questions, and I have posted. One of the things that I posted that I don't think anyone really paid attention to was the difference between, do you know the difference between no, don't stop, and no, don't stop?
I think it was the way you wrote it.
And I think that might have been it too, but there was.
I'm not
That was kind of
correct, but I think it was the way you
confusing.
wrote
What's
it.
the difference?
The difference, if I'm wording that thinking, I'm like, no, don't stop. Don't stop. But if we're doing something, I'm like, no, don't
Is
stop.
that not a form of coercion?
What?
Wait,
That's
is the no don't stop a form of coercion?
If it's two no, don't stop. Once she said no, don't.
And so let me
I don't know what no, don't stop.
let me try to
I
add
know
this
no,
to
don't stop.
the
But
frame.
no, don't stop. But what y'all saying is there are two terms of
Yes,
But there's a way it's
there's a way to
to
say
it.
So what is you didn't explain the difference?
So that's what I'm saying. If we're in the heat of the moment and it's hot and heavy, and I'm like, oh yeah, and you go over like, oh no, I'm about to, like, no, don't stop. That's different.
But is that already after you broke the plane, or I mean,
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what happens.
If we just kissing,
so, right.
Let me just start raising
let me get
my
up, you know.
So let me say, so in that situation, there's more than just the words that mean something. So body language means something. Like what y'all doing means something. What you say means something. And so in that aspect, if I am into the situation and I'm saying no, don't stop, that's a different thing from if I'm tense, if I'm pushing you off, if I'm not into what's happening, I'm saying no, don't stop. Those are two different terms. That no, don't stop is encouraging you to continue, like, because you'll be confused. I know you was about to say I'm confused, but because y'all are just because it just seems like you're just listening to the words and not the whole thing that's happening.
Well,
words come with actions and the environment and everything that is going on in that situation. So that no, don't stop means a whole bunch. Like I said, if I'm pushing you off, if I'm tense, if we're not into it, I'm saying no, like don't stop. Like, I don't want you to do this. Like, you would know the difference between me saying that and me being into it and grabbing your head and rubbing on you and still grabbing you into me and telling you, no, don't stop. I'm grabbing you into me telling you, don't stop what you're doing.
So that's
I'm
why
pushing you away from you and telling you, no, don't stop. I'm telling you to stop what you're doing.
But that's why I used that, because I really sat and thought about it, and I thought about different people probably being in those situations and using those terms and how it could have possibly led to the stop or led to the furthering of something because somebody doesn't understand the gesture.
I just feel like they mean the same thing. Y'all
Some
still
people
ain't really say what the difference
some people
is.
don't care either way.
So y'all trying to say, so as a male, I'm saying this from a male's perspective. When we hear no, don't stop, it's no, don't stop.
But that's what, how do you take
listen,
it?
even if you're trying to say you saying it this way or that way as a male, when we hear that, we're taught to stop.
But I'm
Like,
pretty...
even though y'all got females be thinking, oh, you really don't want him to stop. So if you really don't want him to stop, then you should say don't stop. But if you say stop, then that means stop. I mean,
there
even though
probably
y'all
has-
saying it is the same, it gets
There
confusing.
probably has been a situation, whether you agree to it or not, that you may have been in where a female has said that to you and meant it sexually, like, no, don't stop. Like, you're really turning me on, don't stop.
As a male, sometimes females no's mean yes. And it's hard for us to explain that. We know, like, you might be in a long-term relationship, you be like, no, but really you mean yes.
Well, how do you feel that way?
Because
if I say no, how did you assume I really mean yes?
Because if it end up happening organically,
If it ends up happening, that's nothing to do with the no I just
I
gave you.
can't answer you. You asked the question.
Right,
if it ends
go
up happening organically and he don't rape you, that kind of mean you wanted to do it too. You just might have said no, but meanwhile you might have on the littlest shirt. You might be sitting there with no drawers on and a t-shirt, like, no, I don't feel like it. You might be, I'm tired, but because you're in a relationship, you might have a
You
partner.
see, he's a predator. He's giving predator. I'm just messing with you.
Once again, I'm on this path.
I wanted you to finish everything because did you hear what you said though? Did you hear what he said?
I said in a relationship.
Yes, in a relationship. I'm married, so in a relationship.
Say what I say, so I can't even say.
Carlisa didn't let you finish. Ignore her. I'm the one talking to you. I let you finish.
Once again, I'm speaking saying that as a male. I know you can be in a relationship with a woman. I'm not saying. And listen, you didn't rape her. Like if y'all sleep in the same bed, she might initially say, "Oh no," but then she's scooting her butt on you. Is this what y'all mean by no thought, don't, or no thought? Because at the end of the day,
Just 'cause she's scooting her butt on.
Y'all don't say nothing. Let her finish.
It's body language. So in her body language, her mouth could have said, like y'all said, like she said, no. But in her body language and everything else meant yes.
Really? That's what you get from that?
Hold on. That's my answer. Yes, that's exactly what I get.
Okay, so
Wait, I have a question, y'all. Wait, let me, as a panelist, I have a question. So what do you consider rape then?
That's what I'm asking.
I'm asking you. Don't ask me. I'm asking you.
Y'all the ones who said no, don't stop me in the same thing. So as a man, when we hear no, don't stop, we immediately stop. Because you said, what do I think is rape?
First of all, as a person who has experienced life with men, I think that's a lie.
That is definitely a lie.
Y'all do not stop when you say no, don't stop.
So we're going to men bash?
No, I'll let you say from your experience.
Y'all getting questions, I'm getting cut off, and I'm not getting to finish.
Now, Moochie, you didn't talk for 2 minutes now.
I can't win.
He sort of God, he don't want about to have an opinion.
I'm just trying to say my part.
But you said,
I want to go back. Time out.
I wish I had a white
Time
flag.
out.
I would just wave it.
I want to go back to where you said, like, she said no in the beginning, but y'all are laying in the bed and she got her. I'm asking the question. Wait, let me finish my statement.
Don't ask me.
Let me finish my statement. She puts her butt on you. That doesn't necessarily mean that I want sex. That means I want to be cuddled. I want to be held.
Yeah,
I want your
body.
intimacy.
Share. I'm called.
But have you ever put your butt on your husband when you were married? And admit that you wanted to get some?
No.
I do not believe lies. You never scooted back on your husband or initiated.
If I wanted
you never initiated the action.
Let me get some of that.
Every man that had a woman they might have been with scoot back on him. Back it up on them with panties on or thong or whatever you wear at night. With nothing on. It could be nothing if this is your companion and y'all sleep together and you back it up on him. To us as a male, that's a symbol.
But why is there a lot of assumptions?
That's a symbol saying that y'all want something.
That's an assumption.
And all females are not verbal. They move by body language. I'm telling you that in the body language of that means that it's an initiation to go in.
You don't have to answer that. Time out.
Wait. One person tell me one woman does that for you. One woman does that for you. Why do you think that is then every woman?
I just say.
Don't get you said because every woman's not like that. Just because I put my foot on my wife don't mean I want to have sex. I'm married. If I put my ass on my wife, that don't mean that I necessarily want to have sex.
That's a woman. I'm talking for men. I'm not saying that. As a male,
so back when I was fucking men,
that might mean that she wants something.
You just said night. You just said night. No, that's a predator. Now it's
that's not a predator. This is a woman.
I want you to have sex. I'm gonna tell you.
I didn't say that she didn't want me to have sex.
Yes, you are. You're assuming because she backed her butt up on you. You are assuming that means she wants you to have sex with her.
So if we end up having sex, why am I assuming? If it happens, if the action happens, that's not me assuming. That's meaning
that is because you don't know why the action happened. You don't know why the action happened. The action could have happened because she felt forced. The action could have happened because she wanted to do it. You don't know.
You walked away with an answer.
Exactly.
She don't want you to be mad.
Hey.
If my wife is backing that thing on me, man,
Yes.
I'm telling you, it's going down. It's going down.
By who initiated it? Because she backed her butt up on you. You felt like that meant she wanted something. So you took the initiation to do what you wanted to do?
I mean, usually that means like, yeah.
But why does usually that mean that? It doesn't mean that she wants to just cuddle. It doesn't mean that she just wants to be close to you.
If she does, she can say that to me.
But why can't she say she wants sex? So if she wanted sex, why couldn't she back her butt up and say, baby, I want sex?
Okay, I can ask you why she might. What if she was sleeping?
Wait, let him answer, because I'm
backing it up on you. And she wants sex.
Your
My
answer.
answer is this. It's like, If she backing it up on me, in my mind, and the way I think, oh yeah, it's going down.
Not make me a predator. Does not make me a
If it's
rapist.
not, I'm okay with that too. She want to hug, I'll hug her.
Yes.
But how do you know that if in your man? Wait. If how do you know what she wants to do if in your man when she backs up on you, she wants sex? So then you start to initiate that. Communicate. That's what we're trying to get to with him. Communication.
There's more than one way to communicate.
There is.
Body language.
I said that.
So I said that. We said if the person said no, yes. Because if they don't listen, if I'm in a relationship and if I back it up on, we'll say a man, I back it up on my husband, and why not? It don't matter. Okay, so what? My wife still is just as sexual as a nigga. I don't understand. What's the difference?
I'm just
What's
saying.
the difference? Is the difference because y'all get hard? Is the difference because me backing my ass up when you make something get hard? Is that the difference? So now because you're erect, I need to do something about it because you couldn't handle yourself when I backed my ass up and just wanted to cuddle. So now it has to be I wanted sex because now you're sexual.
If you're saying that you're backing your ass up and you don't want it, then I might be wrong. But
that's what we're saying.
Could I speak though? Could I finish? Because y'all keep saying yeah.
But
what I'm saying is because y'all taking what I'm saying out of context. I said if you're in a relationship and your woman, as a male, backs her ass up on you, her back high, to us as males, that's symbol that she may want some. And y'all are sitting and say, so I said if the act happens after that consensually, then it's not rape.
You don't know if it's consensual.
To a male.
Happening is consensual.
Question as a male, has that ever happened to you? A woman backed it up and then y'all end up having sex?
Yes.
Okay.
All I'm saying is that doesn't mean consensual. That doesn't mean consent because it happened. That doesn't mean consent. Stop using rape. Stop using rape. All I'm saying is that was not consent. Just because she backed it up.
I want to say something. Hold on. I want to paint a picture.
Go ahead.
I want to paint a picture.
Go ahead.
When I was married to my late husband, he was the most overly sexual human being on planet fucking Earth. You sneezed, his dick was hard. You blinked, his dick was hard. You bent over, his dick was hard. You reached, his dick was hard. You laughed, his dick was hard. Okay? Period. Point blank. I am a nudist. I walk around my house 25/8 in the nude. Now, when I was with my husband, if I brushed past him, if I went past him, obviously, in his mind, it's go time. However, no. I was just reaching to get the remote. Calm yourself, my sir. Calm yourself, sir. That did not mean I wanted to fuck him just because my ass scraped across him and it's naked. No, it didn't. But did it matter that it was naked? No. I could have a fucking moo-moo on, 3 turtlenecks and a bathrobe, and he still would have thought it was fucking go time.
Question.
You understand what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. I understand that men are hypersexual and everything is a symbol of she wants my body. That's not the case though.
Simple question.
No, that's not that. We lay in the bed though.
Simple question.
And we do, and I lay it out, scoot my ass back because I want to cuddle.
Simple question.
Not because I want to fuck.
Could I ask the question or I'm not allowed?
You asked the question.
Simple question to you.
But
So you
done a
said
lot of
that you had
talking
a husband who likes sex and you're a nudist. So has there ever been a time where you've been nude and you bumped across him and he has got a wreck and y'all have engaged?
That matters.
Okay, so what you're trying to say though is
But that's not an invitation.
Is that not consensual?
Every
This is
time
what I'm saying. That goes to consensual.
But that is not an open invitation to
I'm
fuck me.
lost.
That's not saying every time that happens that she walks
I
past
didn't say every time.
he
Y'all
gets
make it.
upset.
Y'all are spinning it to fit you. What I said is
That's what you're doing.
I asked her.
But you're saying just because it happened one time, that gives it.
Did it happen one time?
That's it.
Did it happen
Like just
one time
because
or
it
was it
happened,
one time?
that means that it's
Did it happen
like
one time
that's
or was
fine
it
to happen.
one
Like
time?
that doesn't justify it happening.
But if your husband,
My husband for 12 years.
But if he was here to say this and say, "Hey, babe," and you said to him, "Hey, when I'm naked and I bump across you, do that sometimes mean I want to have sex?" He would probably say yes.
He would have said no. He would have said that. He would have said sometimes. He would have said
That's all I'm saying. Y'all like, well, you can't do this.
But
listen,
no.
and all I'm saying is if the act.
So you ask me as a woman, if I'm bumping across you, does that mean I want to fuck you? No.
And that's not what I said.
I mean I want to fuck you.
See, once again, you keep
If I
trying.
reached out and grabbed a half,
Yo,
you try to you said I want to do that. The girl walking up on you in the
Y'all want me to say what I said.
You did that. You said if the girl,
When you go
you
back,
said if the girl bumps on you in the
I said,
bed,
if you're
that
woman.
means they want to have sex.
You're a woman or not.
Because we said that's
See how
not.
they try to see how they check.
It's a possibility, man.
See how they
Listen.
Come on.
see how they
switching.
Time out.
No, we're not twisting it. We're explaining it
Y'all
to
just
you.
attacking me.
We gotta relax. I know this is
I'm feeling attacked.
no, this is
I don't know about y'all. I'm feeling attacked over here. Like
wait a minute.
I'm really defending myself, but y'all are still the same. She just said the same thing I said.
Hey, let's bring it in. Moochie. Time. Let's
But you
bring
asked me
it in.
if I bump up against it, does that mean I want
You said
No, if I reached down and grabbed the handful, it did.
Let's bring it in. Time out.
Why we decided to have this conversation without prep? Because this is
Time out. Let's everybody take a reset. Everybody take a reset.
Don't let it reset. You know who you brought in here. You did that shit on purpose, so this is what you get.
Everybody take a reset.
Reset.
So for consent, I'll speak for myself.
I'm lost.
And all I can do is speak for myself. I don't like speaking for other women or other men. I speak for myself. When I'm with my significant other, no matter who it is, I'm asking, hey, can I touch you? Hey,
I'm not
can I
asking
kiss
shit.
you?
I'm reaching out, grabbing that hand.
Because that's exactly what I'm gonna be. Right. That's the problem.
But what you said, Coach, is exactly what we need to do. That's why we be here with this
That's why we be
conversation.
here.
Because you communicate the whole thing. Can I touch you? Can we do this?
I don't ever
Do
want
you want
anyone
this?
to ever come back to me and
There's
say,
no problem.
I didn't want this.
Exactly.
I don't want nobody to ever come back to me and be like,
We just
you made me
communicate.
do something I didn't want to do.
Babe, you rubbing your ass for me. That mean I can get some tonight? No, I just
Man,
want to be
walk around
close to you.
slapping and
It's
grabbing
just
ass
about
all day. I can grab a
communication.
handful of balls.
That's all. Consent and coercion. Only thing in the middle of that is communication.
Right.
If you communicate and know and understand what your person says, if they say no, I don't care if I put my whole ass titty on your face. If I say no that I didn't want to have sex, maybe I just wanted my titty to be warm. It doesn't matter.
Maybe I
I said
just
no.
wanted to suck my titties, like,
I
yeah.
said no. Like there's so much more to intimacy, but people think it's
I
always
understand.
sex. So if I just want to cuddle, hug, I don't have to. If I want to have sex, that's the problem. But women also feel like we have to be secretive and manipulative ourselves and be like, no, but yeah, but no, but yeah, in order to
That's
make
true.
the whole situation be a turn-on situation because that's what they do. That's what society has placed on us. That's what y'all watch in pornos. That's how y'all watch the situations happen where we're so vulnerable and we say no, then we say yeah, but that's not life. That's not real. Consent is real. I either say yes or I say no. It doesn't matter. And if you think I'm saying yes when I said no already, and you think and I don't gotta say shit. If I didn't say yeah, then it's a no. So if I'm sitting there in the bed with you and you think that because she put her butt on me, this is what we want to have, communicate that. If you want to have sex, say it. Bam, I'm trying to have sex, but people don't. They put people in situations, and power means a whole bunch. If a woman is in a house where they think their safety is at risk if I say no, to where my livelihood is at risk if I say no, if I don't continue to give this man or this person something that they want because I'm in their house, because my kids live here, because this is our situation, because I feel like they're going to beat me, then I'll say yes. But that doesn't mean that I consented to it. That means I was put in a situation to give you what you wanted.
Like I was safe to
I
say
didn't
no.
safe to say no, and that's really what happens with women. And so now we have this perception that all women want this no yeah situation, and sometimes it's not. Sometimes my no really means no, but now I'm scared, even for love. People are desperate and lonely. Even I'm scared you're going to walk out on me because I said no. Like whatever the reason may be that I'm in a situation to where I feel if I don't give this person what they want, I might not have something, air, life, love, my child, food. So I say, that's where the situation is. Not y'all girls that y'all really be smashing and loving and they like it and they know you like me to really say no, daddy, no. That's a whole different conversation from really what's happening. You know a person that wants to give you something versus somebody who don't want to give you something.
Or
who's
don't
timid,
care.
scared, and don't want it. You know that. That's
Or you
rape.
don't care.
That's rape.
Listen, I agree with you. Rape is rape. I said, but y'all told me don't use the word.
I feel like you were just using it in the wrong. I feel like you were using it in the wrong term.
Well, it was
Like,
like-
You're entitled to your feelings.
Yeah, that's why we said though. Exactly. That's why you
I'm
get
not
to
getting
use
the
it.
perspective. I'm just trying to make a point, and I felt like a lot of the points I made, y'all end up coming back around and saying the same thing.
No, but you're saying what my
then the way-
husband has
then y'all
said,
tell me that,
that
when
he felt
see,
like I
get
wanted
cut
to
off.
have
She
sex
just
because
got
I
to
rubbed my
talk
ass across.
forever,
Probably.
and nobody said
He
nothing.
thought I wanted to
Every
have
time
sex when I
talk,
sneezed.
I get attacked. I get disrupted.
Nobody-
You feel like you
I know
get
it happens. You can look on the tape.
Nobody
Check
touched
it.
you.
Did anybody interrupt you?
I just say Carlisa and Coach.
Soon as
let
I
them
talk.
Just don't say
Soon as I
nothing. Just
talk.
let them finish his sentence.
But that's not,
Carlisa,
hold on, stop.
because now I'm just saying that
Moochie
maybe
got
that's
away.
what he wants.
I spent a lot of conversations with this man, and let me tell you something. Moochie got away. Talk.
He do. He do. He do.
And every time you go to say something, but hold on. Let me finish. Hold on. Let me finish. But
this also
I'm not done. I'm not done.
just finish it.
Time out. So I just want to say that this topic, consent versus coercion, also comes in with boundaries.
Yes.
So that's one thing a lot of people don't know about. People don't know about their own boundaries versus
can they set boundaries?
or can
They
they
don't
set
communicate it.
right because
Or
it's
can they
not
set
communicated. Now I posted something in the group where sister and brother were in the house and the niece comes in and the uncle's like, come and give me a hug, and she was like, no, I'm not really feeling huggy today, like I don't really want to
She
give
don't
you
like
a
hugs,
hug.
don't like
She don't like and the mom, and he was like, oh, quit playing, such and such, tell her to give me a hug, and the mom was like, no, if she don't want to give you a hug, she don't got to. So I was like, that's a clear indicate, like a hug can mean something
Yes.
to her as like, you know, like,
Or she just don't like people touching it.
or she don't like people touching her. Either way, it
It's
goes.
her body, her choice. So she
Yeah,
has the
yeah.
choice to
So-
do all of that.
Again, he was like kind of coercing, like, let me get mom in now, because mom might be able to tell her to give me a hug. So that's coercion. And a lot of people don't understand that that is a form
Because
of
in our
coercion.
society, we've been doing that for so long. Think about all the times when you have to give hugs. Think about all the times when you have to say hi to people and sit on laps and shit. You got to sit on lap for Santa Claus at the mall. Like all of that, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, like all of those are things that we build in a society to where now we have these conversations where people don't know the line between coercion and grooming and rape and all of those things. There's no, the line is so mixed up because in society we've just built up all of these things to do that. Like we don't do hugs. If my niece don't want to hug somebody, she don't got to hug nobody. It's her body. It's just her choice.
That's why, like my
she don't have
kids,
to.
my kids, like my brother, see, my daughter don't hug. She don't even hug me, and that's cool. Like I'm cool with that. Like you don't gotta hug if that's your body. I ain't trying to have nobody make you feel.
You over here twitching
Uncomfortable.
what you
Because
gotta say.
if y'all saying that y'all talk about boundaries, I don't have no boundaries in here. I let y'all talk, but whenever I talk,
what's your
I get
bound-
attacked.
What's your bound- go
You
ahead,
feel
speak
like
your
you getting
boundaries.
attacked.
I want you to talk. I'm gonna take Carlisa's mouth up. Go ahead.
But my thing is, if you talk, give us space to concur
Nobody's
on your
respecting my
topic.
boundaries. Every time I open up my mouth, y'all come
Don't
from.
say nobody.
So talk.
Cause that's it.
I'm
If
mute.
that wasn't right.
I'm mute.
Now
Well,
you mute.
I was just about to say because I've been sitting here trying to give him space to talk the whole time because we on the panel. So
I ain't had
I
no
want to
space.
hear what you got to say. So,
But every time I speak, I'm getting cut off, and then we go to the next topic.
But we
the
want to
next
be able to
topic.
talk about each point that you're making.
Right.
You're
That's
man,
all.
cut me
You
off.
going to rant.
If I cut you off, you're not gonna like
But
it.
you
Like
going
you
to
cut me
rant.
off.
But
Like,
you do.
You say I want to rant. Okay, well, why am I here for? To talk. So if
Well,
I
then
can't
let's talk about the topic.
I was talking about the
Let's
topic.
not do this back and forth. Let's talk about the topic.
I
How about
was.
that?
Hey,
Okay,
so
so let's go
boundaries.
back to it. The boundaries. You say you don't have no boundaries,
I
but why
never
is
said
that?
I don't have no boundaries.
You
I
just-
said I'm not getting no boundaries right here.
No, we're not talking about right here.
Whenever I
We're
get
not
this-
talking. We're on the topic. We're not talking about the boundaries here. We're talking about boundaries in the topic. So, do you have boundaries when it comes to the topic? Is what I'm saying.
do you create boundaries in your relationships with your women? Like, do y'all have a boundary?
Everybody has boundaries.
Well, what are
No, do
yours?
y'all communicate
You
the
have to learn
boundaries?
people's boundaries, but everybody has boundaries.
What are yours?
It's different for each relationship.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
No boundaries said that it's not. This is whenever I said it, y'all took a lot of things I said and made it into different context. Even when I say about the woman backing it up on the man, I said if they were in a relationship and they were having consensual. Y'all made it seem like, oh, if she back it up, it's just. I don't think if any chick back it up on you, that mean they want to. But if this is your woman, I'm saying that's a sex sign, which is a sex language. I just wanted to get touch on that part.
But can I comment on
Yes,
that?
ma'am.
Okay, so again, I was in a relationship, and I've been in a relationship since that. And me backing myself up on somebody does not necessarily mean that I want sex. It means that I want to be coddled. It means that I want to be held. And might be, hey, have a conversation with me.
I just want to be close
Okay,
to
but
you.
see, once again, I'm not a female. So when I'm saying this, like I was asking the male over here, and he agreed with me. And y'all still try to say I'm this person, I'm different names, and it's like, yo, y'all want me to speak, and it's like, yo, I'm being attacked.
But
Listen, at the end of the day, a male has a different perspective on how you might look at a woman doing certain things. Y'all love language. Our job is to read it. We've been trying to read. It's part of who we are, human nature. We've been trying to read and figure out women our whole life, which is hard because it's confusing when you say if she back it up on you with no drawers on, you still not supposed to try to get some. And it's like, well, why would you do that? That would be like. That in a way, if she did do it, it would be coercive. Why would you?
Time out. I've done that. I've done that, and it meant I want to be intimate with you. And I've actually had
That's the
a man
second
be
time
like,
that coach told you what she as a female wanted when she did that.
That's what I said.
No, you
I
just
said if
you
you're a
know,
woman,
why would you do
back it
that?
up on you. She wants to.
But you
y'all
said-
been into an
Time out.
intimate act.
time out. Let me finish. I got cut off. I wasn't finished.
Carlisa, no more questions from you and Moochie right now.
So you said you're woman. Just because it's your woman or your man,
Your mate.
your mate.
Entitled it?
No. Wait,
Your mate.
just because it's your mate doesn't mean that you're entitled
I never
to
said
do anything to
I
them.
never said that. I'm saying that that's a clear signal of a sign that
So-
she might want to give you consensual sex. You keep making it like.
What we're trying
It's
to
the
say is that's
wording.
not a clear signal. That's
It's
what
the
we're trying to
wording.
say.
It's the
That's
wording.
not a clear signal that she wants to give you anything. That's
Okay.
not a clear signal
It's
that
the
she
word.
wants to
All I'm
accept.
saying is it's the wording.
That's
It's,
what I'm saying.
it's how you're presenting things that
Okay,
make
so
me.
even when I go back to her when she said that she'd be walking naked.
I can walk
around,
naked in my house all
I'm
I
talking
want.
about. I said her.
talking
See
about
what I mean?
me.
Let me finish,
Go ahead.
because I can get to a topic. So when I said her, she walked around, and I asked her, said, "Did I ever lead to it?" She said yes, which is consensual. Does that?
Okay.
So hold on. So when you bumped up against him, and then y'all went and got to the mode, it wasn't consensual.
No, not always. It wasn't.
There was never a time it was consensual.
But that's not the point.
This is the point. No, you're not. You're trying to
Each
configure.
action is an isolated incident, baby. So yesterday's sex is not today's sex.
Right.
I wasn't saying
Round
about
one is
yesterday
not
or
round
today. I
two,
was
babe.
talking about the action.
No.
So I think it is maybe the way you're wording it. Then.
That-
Yeah, it's
Because
the
you're
wording.
saying, so wait, y'all.
It's the
What you
wording.
said is, did that action ever happen?
It led
So
to this.
It led to that. So
then
when
that
you
means it's
say
a clear
that,
indication to a man that that's a
But
possibility
but
that it
hold
can
on,
lead to that when she does
but
that.
what she's
That's all
saying
I'm
is,
saying.
Time out.
one action is only one time.
But
So-
hold on. But wait a minute. That didn't mean that that's what I wanted. But then I think that's another disconnect.
That's what
Just
I was trying
because
to
I
say
slid past you, did not mean I wanted to have sex with you. My indicators that I want to have sex for me are different than they are. That is not one of my indicators. Like I'm just rubbing my ass
So
across
you
you.
never did it and wanted to?
So wait, can I
Not
ask you a
because
question?
I wanted to
Never.
have sex. No.
Wait, so I got a question.
Have I
Even
done
if
it to
did
be
all right, I did it.
provocative?
I heard. I did it. I walked
Absolutely.
past them.
Boom.
And
You know where it's gonna
boom.
lead
And
to.
I didn't want to necessarily, but we end up having sex. All
That
right.
means you kind of wanted
All right, but
By
that was
action.
just
That's
that
all.
one time. If I walk past him the next day in the living room and do the same thing,
entitled to
does
say no.
not mean
I didn't say
that
it
I
does.
wanted to have sex.
Hold on.
So when you present your argument, you present it as if you're saying just because that one time that we
I never
actually
said
had-
just because
I-
that one
listen,
time.
listen. No, wait, let me finish. I
I'm
said
I'm
the
saying
way
it's your
the
wording.
way that you are presenting your
wording.
argument
The
is making it
wording.
seem like you're saying just because that one time happened means that every time I walk past you, I can have the inclination that she probably want to have sex.
It's the
That's the
wording.
way
Now, can
you're
I-
wording it.
now, can I
That's
say
the way
what I
you're
mean?
saying it.
Okay,
Yes.
now, am I allowed to say what I mean?
Yes, say what you
So
mean.
I didn't mean that every time. I'm saying that if it happens one time, then as a male, we pick up on pickup signs, which is body language. So if you bumped into me one time and it led to that, I might think that, damn, if she do it again, it might be possible.
So we're
It doesn't
talking
mean that
Spanish
you.
and
No, it
Chinese,
doesn't
though.
mean
We
that
saying
you
the
want to.
same thing.
It doesn't mean that you want to or you don't. Listen, it doesn't mean that you want to or you don't. But what I'm saying is, if it doesn't happen, an initial action, you can't be mad at the man for thinking that way.
No, it's
That's
not
what
the
I'm
thought,
saying.
it's the action that's the problem.
What you mean the action? If you're the one correcting the action by bumping up against him naked, that's the action. For every action, there's a reaction. So I'm saying, if a naked woman walk up and bump up across me, is it wrong that my reaction is to say, hey, oh well?
What if this person had clothes on?
No, we didn't say no clothes.
Yes, I'm saying yeah. You know what? I'm putting myself out there and I'm saying yes, that's wrong for you. To think because a naked woman walked past you and bumped past you that she wants to have
You're a
sex.
woman, not
Yes.
just a
It
random.
don't matter if
Yes,
it's
you're a
your
woman.
woman.
Yes,
If my
yes.
woman, so
You're a
in the
woman.
kitchen,
I've been married 13 years. So yes, Yes,
I'm in the kitchen washing dishes, and she come walk up on me naked behind me, bump on me. I'm not supposed to think that she want me.
Yeah, you're wrong for having that perception. That's the only thing that you got from me.
I'm gonna say it different.
Because that's the only way I can get to him. Because
Moochie, wait a minute. Listen, let me say something. I'm not saying I'm not saying that you're wrong. This is what I'm going to say. If you turn around and to have a slight engagement to test the water, to say, well, you turn around and test, and she's like, baby, I just wanted to. No, I'm saying,
or it might have been an accident.
No, hold on. Because we asked the question before, you said, have I ever done that? And yes, but hold on. But that didn't mean I wanted to have sex. But wait a minute. It didn't mean, not because I wanted to have sex. There was a period of time where sometimes I just enjoy being provocative.
it's not confusing.
You understand what I'm saying? Hold on, Mooch, listen.
To a man that only thinks about sex, it is.
I'm
To a
not
man
thinking
that
about-
thinks that
Hold on.
this only incident rate. No. Wait. In your situation, in me being naked, in me walking past you, in me bumping you, you're only thinking
But you're
that
taking
this
it real
has to be
personal.
a
Don't take it
sexual
personal.
encounter.
I call you.
And it doesn't.
We didn't call you no names. Don't
I
take
was
it
joking, and I
personal.
was wrong, so I
What did I just?
apologize. It was me. And I
Don't take it
apologize,
personal.
but I was
like,
joking.
Don't take it
I was
personal.
playing. But hold
But
on.
I'm just saying, like, you shouldn't just have that. You shouldn't have that thought that that's what's going to happen,
Hold on, but Moochie.
or that's what should happen, or that's what could happen. That's not the thought you should have.
So am I
It's
wrong if I do
communication.
have the thought?
No,
As a man,
hold
am I
on.
wrong for having
It's
the
your
thought?
actions behind the
I didn't give an
thought.
action. I gave
Okay,
a thought.
so no.
I didn't say I'm a toucher, taker, or none of that. I said,
So
if I
no.
think that,
No.
this is what this means.
No, so what you go from there? What do you do from the thought? No, you're not wrong from the thought. But where do you go from the thought?
Listen.
Where do you go from the thought? You're not wrong
You
from the
talking about
thought.
where do you go from the
All
thought?
right, so you thought it.
I don't know where you go from.
I walked
All I'm
past
telling
you.
is-
We walked past
Every
you and
other-
rubbed you, and you thought, oh, she probably want to
Time
have
out.
sex.
Time out.
What's the
Trying to make
next
a softer
step?
point.
Because the next step is where the problem is. What's the next step? Are you turning around and asking, or you turning around and bending her over and just
Time out.
smashing her?
Time out.
Like, what is the next step to your
Can I
thought
say
process?
something?
Time out. Whoa. Time out.
Wait a minute.
Carlisa, state your point, then I gotta say something.
I was going to try to make a softer point. What I will say to this is sometimes it's just being provocative. It doesn't necessarily mean that someone wants to have sex. Sometimes it's the fun is in the being provocative. You understand the provocation.
With your significant other. We're
what-
talking with your significant other.
It doesn't matter.
But even then, yes, with
So
my
you get for
significant.
provocative.
Sometimes I want to
So
just.
if you wear lingerie for your significant other, it doesn't mean that you might.
Well,
want
that's-
to. That's the same thing. So the
Hold
boy
on.
thing with lingerie.
Hold on, that's a whole
Am I
nother hill of
That's
beans.
a-
Time
that's a
out.
question.
Lingerie takes thought.
Time
And,
out.
you know what I mean? Preparation.
Yeah, I mean,
That's a whole nother hill of beans. What I'm saying
Yes, like there's a
And
Time
intangible.
out. Let me say something.
Intangible.
We talked about this. We talked about this on the live podcast. We talked about what the difference was between a male sexuality and a female sexuality, and in that we found that the female goes through more steps than a male to be sexually provoked.
Yep.
So you're thinking as a male, but
It would not be nothing other than that.
again, let me just finish the statement.
It's in the consideration.
Yeah, like just throw this.
Y'all are not considering what I'm saying.
No,
over
we
here.
are.
Every time I say something, it's like, no, y'all.
All right, now I'm saying you're a little emotional because we've been considering you. We're hearing you.
Let me
we're
finish.
conversing with you.
Let me finish. Let me
This is
finish
just
the
what it
statement.
is.
For women, we go through more steps to be sexually like to want
get
something
riled up, to get it there.
aroused. Y'all don't. Y'all, it's like
It don't take much.
I'm engaged. Now I want to hop on. Us, we need that intimacy. We need that desire. We need that. So if I'm brushing past you naked, that doesn't automatically mean that I want sex.
I don't think all men just think that.
With this, so the solution is two ways, then, right? Because we operate a certain way, y'all operate.
Conversation.
Y'all operate a
It's
certain
conversation.
So by y'all operating that way, already entices us, right? So we're enticed.
Right.
But so maybe if you operate a different way,
Yeah.
communicate that
And get different results.
We can get different. Like we can operate a different way.
You're not wrong.
Yeah,
You're not wrong.
We need to also, if that is the case, but I'm just saying it's a two-way street.
But again,
And we're moving wrong.
if we're going to
That's
talk, but just from a
solution.
relationship standpoint, if we're just talking from a relationship standpoint, I've said it once, I'll say it again. The key to being in a successful relationship is first understanding who you're dealing with. If I know, if I know that I'm with you and you a stone cold horn dog, then I understand that. Which is why I have to be very direct in my communication of the yeses and the nos, right? So that we don't find ourselves in a situation where I'm now afraid for you to touch me. Because I've been in that relationship where I'm like, Can I get a hug? I'm like, no.
Can I piggyback off that?
No, I
Can
want
I piggyback off that? Can I
Yes,
piggyback
you can
off
piggyback
that?
off
So as you say too, you know there's also males who are the opposite of that. They're shy.
Facts.
Who you gotta engage, warm up, and
Absolutely.
initiate.
Absolutely.
So you can't say that all men thinks this one way
That's
when,
not what
when
I
you
said.
might have a
No,
shy
I
guy.
didn't say
When you
that.
might have a shy guy, and now you're the initiator
I never said all
as the
that.
female at home.
I said that at the beginning.
Okay, I
that
just-
we
I-
cannot speak for all men.
Right, that's
I
what
said that at the
We're
beginning.
not speaking for
That
all
we
men
can't-
or all women.
Okay,
We're
so
not
what
doing
I'm
either
trying to-
or.
But hold on, but even at the beginning, when he was like, I'm speaking for the men. I'm like, you can't speak for all men. You can speak for you.
You right.
Corey can speak for Corey.
You right.
But the other men who are tuned in and watching and engaging have to speak for themselves.
Fact.
All I'm saying is, if we're going to speak from the perspective of being in a relationship, because that seems to be where you have been taking your points in your argument, is that the key to doing the navigating that successfully is understanding who you're dealing with.
And
If you have a
communication.
full fundamental understanding of who you're dealing with, then you understand. If he's a stone cold horn dog, then I have to be very direct in my yeses and my no's. Like, well, they know. And if I have a man who is not, who is a little bit more, you know what I'm saying, apprehensive in that way,
Yeah. So-
you know what I mean, a little bit more to get there, then you got to be a little bit more
have a
spicy
question.
maybe in your approach to get it there. Respectfully
Okay, so
though.
question. So
That's-
earlier
Respectfully.
you said, you know, you
Right there.
earlier you said that you would just go grabbing by the.
But I had that type of
That's what I'm
man.
saying. Can I finish?
I was speaking from my
That's
perspective.
why I got the question for you.
Go ahead.
So on the flip side, if you have a shy guy and you do that, and then somewhere down the line the man says, "Oh, I think she took it," does that? Ho! You can
I'm in a great relationship
If a
with
man
me, it ain't
says
never
that,
got to
hold
be
on,
that deep.
if a man that's cause what you're saying is, if you walk up and grab a man by that, and he gives you the
I'm
opposite
operating off the
reaction,
past 12
would
years
that
of my
not
life
be? Would
that-
that not be?
Hold on, Luke.
So-
when I said that, I was operating off the mindset of the last 12 years of my life. That was between me
I'm
and that
saying-
particular
and
man.
your
When I
husband.
was with my husband,
saying with your husband.
if I
Listen.
wanted something, I just
So
reached down
let
and,
me rephrase
you know what I'm
the
saying?
question.
Hey,
I'm saying that with your husband.
How you doing?
With your husband. With your husband. The same way that you said, if you bump up against him, you know things can happen. So when he didn't want to, but you wanted to, and you went and grabbed him, and the reaction was no.
that
And
was,
then you
that
kinda-
in my life was never a thing.
Okay.
If
So,
he was
so
ready,
yes.
So, time out.
1,000% of the time.
Yes. So
Okay.
that would have been
That's what
gorgeous.
So time out.
But that wasn't my life.
Yes, that would have been gorgeous. So
Yeah.
can I say what the difference with that was?
Yes, ma'am.
She had an understanding with her husband. They had communication and boundaries and understood that that was his thing. She knew she could do that. And if he knew when she rubbed up against him that it was going to be sex all the time, but he didn't know that because it wasn't that for her. Because it wasn't that for her. So I'm saying in their situation.
I'm saying for me though.
No, but I'm saying in their situation, what I'm trying to get to is in their situation,
No,
they had that communication.
I love your
So
point.
they knew that.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah,
That's
but
okay, no,
on a
wait,
regular-
wait.
no, it was
To that-
coercion.
to what you're saying is that's what I meant by when if you had a woman and she backed it up, she knows you, so she knows that if that's what you like, that's what I'm saying. To me, it's a clear indication because I didn't say it random. I said this is somebody you with.
Time out. Can I say something? Can I say something on this?
Can they just finish talking to me, y'all?
Go ahead.
I was just saying that if y'all sleeping in the same bed and that's happened, that could be a sign. That could be how she maybe grabbed his thing, like you said you do. And as a man, if we know that, like you know him, he knows you. I know that a woman that I do, she does that. That means something.
Time out.
Okay.
Can I ask a question?
Now,
Can
okay.
I ask a question?
Yes.
Or
Okay.
let me. So here's my thing. That's why I said I always ask. So if I asked you this, hey, do you mind if I touch you? Do you mind if I do this? You're already telling me off the gate, it's okay for me to do this. So when I do it, you're not offended by it. It's not something that's catching you off guard. Just like you should have that same conversation with me. Well, if I want to touch your body, can I touch it? If we land together and I want sex, is that something that can happen? These are all conversations that need to be had. It can't be assumed.
So what I wanted to say to your point, because exactly that. So to your point, you with your girl and she does that, and to you, you're thinking when she back her ass up on me, that usually because the last time she did it, we fucked.
Am I wrong for
so
thinking
now,
that?
No, wait, let me finish. Wait. So no,
Thinking that.
that's
At all.
not it.
That's
Wait,
where
wait,
you still
wait.
stuck at.
This is
You're
when-
still stuck at.
Oh, y'all gotta remember.
It was
This is
a
what y'all
joke.
did. This is what you call it. So months later,
It was
years
a
later,
joke.
she does this.
Damn.
Yes. You know what your girl likes, but that's what you didn't ever do though. That was all off assumption.
Okay.
She just gave you that assumption because when she backed her ass up on you, even though y'all had sex, you did you ask her? Did you say is this?
I
what
don't
you
know
like?
how it went.
So this
Once
is
the
what
ass
we
hit me,
listen.
it goes
so
how
this
it
is
goes.
where we talking about
We'll take it from
coercion
there.
and
My
power.
turn.
Not saying it happened to you. Not saying your girl felt like you coerced her. She might not. She might really want to
coerced
get
me.
you.
I feel like that's a coercion if you
in-
back it
hold on,
up.
can I-
That's
people
being
in that
coerced.
situation,
You know what's gonna happen after that?
could feel
All right,
coerced.
listen. We got like 15 minutes.
I don't even-
Real quick,
I
just
just-
to that,
okay,
to that
okay,
point.
yeah.
To that point about the backing up thing. Does that then mean that like cuddling and shit is off the table? Because if I have to hold on, and hear me out. If I have to live in fear that every time I try to get close to you that we got the fuck, then how do I be close to you?
The thing I love is y'all making it seem like it's always the
No.
y'all do the initiation. If y'all come close,
I'm
usually
asking-
it's,
No, we're
asking.
it's
That means
usually
we have
in
to
y'all
start.
initiation.
We're asking.
But that's why I'm asking my question.
We're
Why do I be
asking.
close to you?
We're asking.
Just because I want to be close to you. If I have to live with the stigma that in the back of your mind, just because I got close to you, I want you to
I'm glad
fuck
you
me.
asked this question, right? So as a grown man, you know, been in relationships, right? You have females
make
usually
this
have,
point,
hold up, listen, females usually have a time of month,
It's going to.
right? And in this time of month, there is no,
So we only get to cuddle on a period?
That's not my experience.
y'all
but
not letting me finish.
Let him
that.
finish his
Y'all
statement.
not- This is what I mean. So because of that, as a male, we already learn how to cuddle. God comes in to intervene, but you
That's
can
not
hold
my
your woman.
experience. That's not
I
my
never said
experience. That's not my
don't hold.
experience.
You never heard me say don't cuddle. I like all of the intimacy. I'm an intimate person. But you asked a question. I was just answering
I
it
know.
about the best way that I could. So why I used that moment
Yeah,
for a
that's what
female
I was
was because when you're a man and you're in a real relationship, you don't have no choice. You still sleeping in that same bed. You still got to.
There's a lot of choices.
Well, once again, you're right. We can
There's a
get
lot of
technical. We can
choices.
get technical about it, but we're just gonna say, as a male, somewhere in your life, if you lived with that woman, you probably had to sleep with this woman during this period of time, especially if you loved her and you held her.
But hold on.
Yeah, and I'm just saying, like, so you're saying that this is impossible doesn't mean it. No.
Please don't say
no.
nothing, Carla. I'm questioning. So you're only saying.
No, I didn't say only. I
No,
never
because
said
why
only.
did you specifically
I
point
used
out
that-
the fact that
okay.
when a woman is on her period is the cuddle time? Because
Because-
Carlisa
no, I'm not
said,
saying-
let me
That's
finish,
not my
Moochie. I just
statement.
let you say everything you had to say. Let me finish.
asked me a question.
I'm trying to get my question out because Carlisa made a statement about if every time I back up on my mate, do I have to think in my head that they thinking that that's
wanna
when I
fuck.
want to have sex? Why can they just be cuddling? And you specifically brought up when a woman is on her period to where cuddling has to do with it. So I'm asking you, why did you specifically
She said
only
how.
bring up?
She was using the how. So I was
so
just giving
only
her-
period
I was
time is
no,
your cuddle
no,
time?
I didn't say that.
So why did you
That's
use
not-
that as
that's not
an
the
instance?
definition.
No,
Like,
because at the end of the day, I use that as an instance because I'm a male, and we don't have that situation. As a male, there is no off switch. You can go Monday, Tuesday, 30
There's no
days a
off
month,
switch for women either. A man
365.
makes
For
a
a
choice
woman,
whether he wants
it
to
doesn't
engage
matter.
or not.
Every so often, there's a cutoff. No
There's
matter
no
if this is your
cutoff.
woman or not,
There's
you
no
have to
cutoff. There's no
adjust.
cutoff.
There's no cutoff.
so I want to talk to the audience because I
Okay.
need to make this clear
I
for
don't-
myself.
I don't
that-
want to sound. See,
He
I
made
might
a
be saying it
point
wrong, but what I'm trying to say, I
that
don't
he
want to
cuddles during period time when Carlisa specifically asked, why, when I back it up on you, is it automatically thought that we want to have sex?
what I'm asking.
So I'm just trying to figure out why we can't understand why that couldn't mean cuddle right then, whether she on her period or not.
I'm saying that men can cuddle with women when they're not on their period.
So
I'm
that
not
was the
saying
question.
Okay, yes, they can, and I'm just saying that we are quick. We learn this from these
But
situations.
how- but
That's
by
all I was
your-
trying to say.
By the argument that you've made here today, how would I know? But I'm not trying to be funny. Stop, because I'm really serious. By the argument you made here today, because the argument, the example today for the argument was that scooting it up on you in the bed, that's go time. And my question is, why can't...
personally.
Hold on.
That was
hold on.
personally
Wait
for
a minute.
me.
I understand
Okay, even
that.
personally.
I understand that.
You
So,
said if
in
you
a
grab me
hypothetical-
by the Johnson, that's go time for
Okay,
you.
because
Okay,
that
thanks.
was-
Okay, I'm just saying.
Let
Next
him-
time out, we gonna keep it the same way.
No, we're just trying to get the point
Hold
off.
on. My question then is, if I just want to back it up because I want to be close to you. I want to feel your heartbeat on my back.
Your
I want to
warmth.
feel your warmth because I get cold at night. You know, my feet be cold. I like to put my feet on you. Things of that nature. So I have to then just deal with the distance between us and being a little bit cold because I have to worry in the back of my mind that
That
if
now
I
you want
scoot
sex,
closer to you,
or you wanna
that
fuck.
you're going to want to fuck, and I'm not in a fucking
So
mindset.
let's go back.
Because you ain't put your shoes up, you ain't put the toilet seat down.
Let's go back to
You ain't
communication.
took no
and
trash
consent and
out.
what you said, knowing the person. So why are you in the bed with a person that you feel that way with?
Whoa.
I'm done.
My question.
I'm done.
I'm still not. You're
You're saying it because you're making it seem like that I'm not personal. I'm just trying to give examples.
A question.
I'm just trying to give examples. So what you're saying is, I'm saying that the people I'm talking about want to be in the bed with each other, and you're telling me, you're telling me about a situation. Hold on, there we go, cut Mooch off. You're telling me about a situation. You're telling me about a situation where they don't want to be in the bed.
No, we don't want that. We just don't want to fuck. We want to hug and cuddle. We don't want to fuck.
Ain't nothing wrong, but she's talking about if I have to worry. You shouldn't be in the bed if you have
Yes,
to
because
worry.
you said if we backing it up on you, you're here, you're thinking we want to have sex.
Right.
There we go. I said, once you keep saying it, y'all, I'm speaking for individuals.
Okay, so we're
And I
speaking
said that
individual.
I
You
was in a
already made that
relationship, and my woman, and everybody
asking you.
your woman,
How would
back
your
it up on
woman
me.
then
I would
know?
think that she wants to get
And
engaged.
Corlisa is saying, as your woman,
My woman.
I don't want to always back up on you, and you don't have to do your woman thing.
Somebody else.
You ain't even ask your woman. You ain't even had the conversation with your woman, and you just think that she just backed it up on you and want to have sex.
It's configured to fit. Like I said, I stand on what I said.
I still want to know.
If I'm in the bed
how
with my woman,
would know.
You just know that means your woman wants to have sex.
I don't want to keep saying my woman aside. If I'm in a bed with somebody that I'm involved in a relationship with.
Yeah, how would she
consensually.
know?
What you mean? How would
she know that she could be close to you?
Because she would know me. Like you said, you gotta know somebody. I'm not gonna be laying in the bed with somebody I don't know.
So
Like you just think you put me in the bed with Sarah.
no, she's asking you
I'm
how
in
would she
here.
know
He's not
that she
listening,
can
but
back
that
up
was
on
my
you and
point.
just be cuddled without you thinking she want to have sex? How does your woman know she can back her ass up on you without having sex?
Happened. She will still be there. It done happened 1,000 times. As a
What
man.
happened?
You don't
Having
have
sex?
It's not every day you have sex with a person you live with or sleep with or be with every
I'm
day.
gonna tell you about my life.
Well then, I mean, you can keep telling me
Let me
about
take you a
everybody's
walk
not
down
you.
memory lane
So when
for
I say
sure.
my life, y'all say and make it general. But when you say your life, it's just individual.
I'm not making
No,
fun. I said everything you said.
question.
In the
I-
beginning,
I-
you said if your woman
I
backed her
wasn't
ass
making it general.
up, you knew that
I'm
meant
just
she
trying-
wanted to have sex.
I said if she
And what we said is, what if your woman backs her ass up and don't want to have
then
sex?
we're not having sex.
But
I'm not
how
gonna
does
rape
she
her.
know? But how
That's what I
does she
said.
know
Y'all
that?
said don't use that word. I'm not gonna rape her. She don't want to have sex. We're not having sex.
You're still not answering the
That's
question.
it.
Here we go again. You heard what you wanted to hear, and then you negated to answer the question. What I'm asking you is, how would a woman that is involved with you know that she can back it up on you just for the sake of being close to you
And
and
you
in
not
your
want sex.
atmosphere without the expectation of sex?
Okay.
Was what my question
Okay.
is. You're saying
Let
that
me
in
answer.
your mind that if she's with you, that she knows that
That
she's
answer.
backing back
So
here,
what's your answer?
we fucking.
What's your answer?
So my answer to this is I can't answer a female's question. I'm a male. If she got in my bed and already made her feel comfortable, I'm not a rapist. You're already here. You came and consensually got in my bed.
So that means
So,
you had that
hold
sex.
on, hold on. Listen what I'm saying. So you consensually got into my bed. I can think as a male. I can't say how she's going to get comfortable. How am I going to get comfortable is what I got to work on by making her comfortable. If
So
she
my
got there
question
and I made her
is-
comfortable enough to beat her, don't mean that you have to sleep with me. And all I'm saying is if
But that's
I'm
what
in
I'm
a
saying.
relationship
How does
and
she
the
know
person
the
that I've been
difference?
with, back it up. Because I got to keep saying the same thing because y'all going off
No,
content.
you.
If I'm in a
He
relationship,
asking how they know. How do they know
I
that?
can't know how a female know. I'm not a
You
female.
gotta make her feel that
I
way.
said I
How
gotta
do you make her feel? How does she know?
Me making her feel comfortable ain't me knowing how she knows how to feel comfortable. All I can do is try to be
Let
the
me,
best I can be.
can I put it in a different
I
perspective?
don't know.
Hold on,
I don't understand how you
time
understand.
out. Can I put it in a different perspective?
Please. The question she asked, I can't answer it. I'm not a woman.
We see.
I'm a man.
So, if you're with a female and she gives you different signs, like in conversation, oh man, all I feel like is all we do is have sex. All we do is have sex. All we do is have sex. If she's saying this to you and that's in the back of her mind, that's like every time I'm with this motherfucker, whether I'm backing it up on him or if I'm laying in the bed or not, because he feels like I'm comfortable, we gotta have sex, and that's not always what I want. How is that can?
You keep saying he thinks you gotta have sex. I never think somebody has sex. Everybody's
You
allowed a
were trying to
choice.
rewrite the question.
I'm
That's
rewriting
not
the question.
I'm asking.
Okay.
I'm trying to get it into a different perspective. So yes, I am coming to your house and I'm laying with you. I might put my ass on you because I want to feel your body heat. That does not mean that I want to have sex.
Facts.
But,
I just
okay.
want to see if our parts
Facts.
fit a little bit.
So
But
so
that doesn't-
if I'm with you and you're like my woman, if this is my
No,
woman,
you
if
keep
this
making
is,
it. I said a relationship. You gotta keep saying my woman because then it's just making it seem.
But that's
I'm
what
sorry for
you
saying my
worded,
woman.
man.
Let me say that. I
If
didn't mean-
you're in
I
a
mean
relationship.
my companion, the person in
okay,
the relationship.
let me finish.
Lovingly.
If we're in a relationship, whether I want to be in a bed with you or not, we're in a relationship.
Why you say not if you're in the bed with me?
Well, times whether we're Whether I'm mad at you or not, we in this bed together. Period.
So
Point
there was no
blank.
separation in my
There is no separation.
No.
So if it doesn't matter if I'm
That
mad
wasn't my
sex.
question.
So how does someone tell the difference in a situation like that?
So when you're saying to how do I and me?
Yes.
So listen,
If a female is with
let me
you.
say, I'm glad you said that. I didn't I feel like most men done already been in this situation 1,000 times. You gotta lay there and hold her. Listen, if you ain't laid there and hold her, then how you gonna get to where you need to get to? That's a part of the process.
think that
It's
that's
intimacy. So I'm saying, let's say this: if a woman is backing it up, I'm saying that she's showing signs of intimacy. I'm not meaning choke her out and take it. That's how y'all trying to make
No,
it
that
seem.
wasn't.
So you're saying a continuous backup. You're saying I'm just continuing
You keep
backing
putting it
up.
on and-
I just keep doing this.
Hold
Not
on.
just the one
Y'all know
backup
as
that I
women,
just
y'all
did.
know as women the things that y'all do to arouse your men. And I'm saying if she's doing this in a rousing manner and it leads to that which is consensual, she coerced. That's a coercion of her.
No, it's not, because you could have said no. You have something
And
to
when a man coerced you, you could say no.
And then, so
What's the difference?
No, you're missing the part of coercion. You say no, and then they keep going.
Yes.
So that's coercion.
That's
I told you
coercion.
no,
Okay, so
and now you're
hold on.
putting me in situations. No, come on, maybe tomorrow we should do this. I love
Oh,
you.
so what, you don't love me?
You don't love me. You don't want to be with me. You don't care.
I said
You don't
no.
want to have sex with me.
I
So you
said,
don't
hold on.
love me.
I
You
come
don't want to
I come to say I'm tired. I had a hard day's work. I'ma lay here. If
Okay.
she start doing it, I scoot over. She do it again and keep doing it like, oh,
That's
you do it.
coercion. That's coercion. It can happen for women or men, sweetheart.
I just said that.
Yeah, that's coercion. We're saying yes. That's coercion.
That's the point I was trying to make. But then,
But that's
Yeah, that's not what you. That's not how you presented your first argument.
No, here's the thing with that. If she backs it up on you and you like, nah, chill, like,
And she keep going.
and she
That's
keep going, that's coercion. It works both ways.
Yes.
It works for male.
We never said it wasn't working
I
for
agree
females
with
and
that.
males.
That's what I was saying the whole time. I
We
agree
never
with
said that it was only to women, and I think that's what a disconnect
No, I'm not
is.
saying that y'all said it was only two women. I was telling you that the methodology of how the different sexes view it, of what we might feel like is coercion. And that was the biggest argument as a male. If I was your husband and you was naked and you walked past and bumped me, I'm feeling like you trying to coerce me into doing something. Hold on, listen. If you bump past, start giggling and maybe do something else. If you walk past with an attitude and bump me, I might be like, I'm not messing with her. Like, she's mad. But if you come past with the whatever you do, your secret, and give him the look, you know that you ain't had children without this spark. You gotta have a spark somewhere. However you make your spark. All I'm trying to say is, a lot of times you ain't never been in an argument with your husband and been like, yeah, don't touch me, and then later on y'all find yourself sleeping together intimately.
So your question though, does that mean every argument that should happen?
I didn't-
Or is I'm not. Did I say you said that? I didn't say you said that. I asked you a question.
I asked the
'Cause
question.
And so
And
we're
you
not.
asked me a
Yes,
question
because we're
before I
not
got an
listening.
answer.
I'm asking you a question on what you said because that was more of a statement.
But I never
than a
got an
question.
answer to what I said.
Because that's more of a statement of the question. So now I'm asking you. Does that mean it?
It was a question.
Does that
What was
mean
the
it?
question?
The question was,
I'm not allowed to talk apparently.
God, you talk.
No. What was the question?
What
So
was
she
the
can.
question?
Just go.
I need to register the
was
question.
If the same way, if she walked past him naked, bumped him, flirted with him, and then he thought, is he wrong for that?
He's not wrong for
answered
this.
that.
Okay, no,
He's not wrong for the
but then I was saying is, if she did it again, is that not coercion?
No,
If he
hold
says
on.
no.
It's only coercion if you're not interested.
Yep, if he
If
said
he had
no.
like, much I
Hold
said,
on,
he's
hold
come
on,
home for a
hold
long
on.
day to work. I'm asleep. You keep, but men don't be interested.
But we already said that was coercion. We already said
Alright,
if she
hold on.
took it, that was coercion.
Right.
We said that.
Right.
Yes,
Right.
that is fucking
I was
You
coercion.
already said no.
Who?
And you've already, anybody, you, him, them. If you already said, if the no has already been on the table.
No is the final answer.
And you're like, nah, not right now, I'm tired, maybe later. And she's still like, oh, but come on.
Yes,
That's
coercion.
that's
We have now
coercion.
entered coercion.
Listen, so what I'm trying to say is, I've never been in a relationship where you might have had, good question, where you might have used sex as a weapon.
No.
Wait,
'Cause-
hold the fuck on, child.
Here we
Sex as
go.
a weapon. I
Sex
know.
as a,
Hold on. As a bargaining tool, yes.
Yes, that's what I mean.
I definitely
want
used it
this,
as a
you gotta
bargaining
do
chip.
this.
No. It wasn't like a quid pro quo. It was
we're
more
still
like,
getting off of
hold
coercion.
on.
We're
To
off
answer
of
this
coercion.
question,
No,
though.
of course.
Yes,
To
we're
answer,
way off.
it is off
coercion.
coercion.
Way off coercion.
We're way off coercion. But to answer your question, when I was with my husband, absolutely he's a bargaining tool. If I wanted him to do something, he was like, nah, I want to do it.
But I just feel like
And I'm
that's-
I said no, and then that's
That's a
coercion.
different
That's
conversation,
coercion,
though.
though.
No, that's a different
That's- yeah.
conversation.
Okay, here goes another question.
That's not
Have any of
coercion.
y'all ever coerced a man?
No.
Or
I'm in a
woman
beautiful
on your part.
relationship with
Sorry, or a woman on your part. No offense.
none taken,
Ain't
bro.
against nobody. Just want to say that. Don't want nobody attacking me. I love everybody. God's children.
Have I ever coerced a man?
You ain't never. So you never.
No's no to me.
So
you said no, it's no.
I'm gonna use with. Listen. So I'm gonna use with what goes into course. You've never manipulated the man to get what you wanted.
No.
Have you ever down there?
I'm thinking.
She gotta go.
Never
I gotta
like.
go.
I've dated men too, baby.
No, I'm not saying that.
No, I've never manipulated nobody to get what I wanted. I've never coerced nobody. And so, but I think so. Here's the
But you wanted like me.
Here's the but here's the difference because you're trying to add things together to make it to fit into coercion, and it's not. So manipulation isn't always a sign of coercion because you manipulated somebody. Like that's no is no. And so once you go off of that,
somebody
tell me no, and then I continue to try to push the issue and try to get what I wanted after they already told me no. Now, if I think that they might not say yeah, and I try to manipulate you into doing something that I want, and you didn't say no, like once you say no, that's where coercion goes. So, me manipulating into a situation is not coercion.
Like what you say, Cord, like 5 minutes. So I'm gonna go back to the point of no, don't stop versus no, don't stop. I've actually was in a situation where somebody used that phrasing and I stopped because I didn't know like which way, like which way are you going? And it was like keep going, no, don't stop. So that's why I was sitting here thinking about it like, wait a minute.
I feel like there's so many pauses and nuance between the don't stop that you would understand. No, don't stop. Where you what? No, don't stop. Those are 3 words.
The one word
explanation behind them. No.
They say no as
don't stop.
Like,
but now you're saying it as a sentence. No, don't stop. I feel like those are 2 different things. Now I feel like people may be able to manipulate situations to say that they said no, stop, and that's not what they said. No, I'm not saying that people. I'm not saying that people can't do that. But what I said earlier in the first beginning of this, it's about your body language, your communication. All that comes into play when you're saying no, stop, as to I don't want you to do this anymore, and no, don't stop. As I want you to
just saying that phrase in context. No, don't.
The words, but that's what I mean. Like
if you like not flipping it no other way.
You know it. If somebody's like no, don't stop. That's 3 words to me versus no, don't stop.
I still don't understand the concept.
Because most of the time when you hear no, don't stop, you don't hear it in that context.
No, he's saying he don't understand the concept of consent versus coercion.
They say no, don't stop. No, don't stop. There's not no.
But there is a difference.
There is a difference.
So I don't know nobody ever say no, don't stop. I know no and stop. Like I don't know that phrase.
That's like I was saying if a girl might say no, but really mean yes. Because there's a lot of females that do that. Y'all might not, not saying it in no raperish way.
No.
A female might be mad at you and be like, no, don't touch me, but really, when you try to let it,
but see, don't put it together. That's that's nuance in between that. Yeah. We arguing, I'm telling you, no, don't touch me. There's an hour, there's some playing, there's some other shit in between, and then now we're 3 hours later. Period. Now we're 3 hours later. We're having makeup sex. It's not happening right when I tell you, no, don't touch me.
That's what I'm trying to say.
This ain't going. We ain't going from no, get the fuck off me to boom.
All right, let's do close it off.
That's why I say the things I say. What I mean by the no, and it's like I don't mean a female. A female can mean no right now, and then an hour later be yes.
You can only speak to your experience.
All right, we got like 3 minutes. Hey, Taj, do you have any closing remarks? Anything you got coming up? Anything you want?
Yes. So, with my organization, we got a Black August event that is coming up. It's a virtual event. We want everybody to join. I will send the information to y'all. I don't know how y'all can post it up, but it's a link. You can just join the link. Watch it on Facebook Live. It's about Black liberation and Black celebration. Black August is a very important month for Black liberators and Black freedom fighters. So, if you don't know about it, please join us October 24th. And just get a little bit of information about what it's doing, and that's it.
Well, I enjoy y'all letting me come on here and rant.
Yeah,
it was
for sure.
It was me versus them all. I try to stand ground.
We gonna get you a shirt to say I survived the social flex. We still working on it.
I make a 25% of the 100%, but I did the best I could. I had fun, and it's all just thoughts. Conversation.
You have anything going on you want the people to know about? To check out, follow, support?
I support my sister. This podcast. I ain't on her promoting. They got to pay me. Ain't nobody give me nothing. I ain't supporting you.
Mr. Corey, the man behind the camera. You got anything going on, sir?
Nah, man. Nah, I'm living life, man. If y'all like what y'all seeing, though, definitely follow me on 1028. Hit me up. You guys want to record? I think that's all I got for you, man. It's been wild.
Some twists and turns, but we got you.
You sweating out here.
I seen that. I got emotional up here.
I want to add something else. That, I think Mr. Corey left out. Mr. Corey is a fantastic artist. If you've been looking around in the podcast in the backgrounds, he has his art up. Come check him out down here at 1028 if you would like to obtain a piece of his artwork.
And if you see something, and if maybe it doesn't fit you, I can connect the dots with you to find the artist of your dreams and the artist of your desires. So, yeah, man. Yeah, when it comes to the art, man, I'm your guy.
As for the social flex, don't roll your eyes at me because this was deep shit.
You did it on purpose, but it's okay. At the social flex, we have some cool topics coming up.
Yes, we have some
our next topic is going to be engagement. Then we're going to talk marriage, and then open relationships, BDSM, monogamy, polygamy, and on and on and on. So we got a lot of things coming up. We also have our next podcast live coming up. So if you're a vendor and you want to come vend for the event, if you want to attend the event, just stay tuned with us. We're posting that. It's going to be on October 27th, which is a Friday. So it's going to be a Friday night. So all y'all was like, why Tuesday? What's Friday? So no excuses. We want to see everybody there, ready to come out. The dress code is grown and sexy. So come grown.
And sexy.
And sexy.
Where's it at?
Same place.
What?
24.
I just still going through a transition, so that's why I'm saying 24. Because by the time we have the event, it won't be 24.
It won't be the
Oh, they changed the name.
It's going through a transition. So there's that. Personally, me, Carlisa, my son Jamari published a journal to help kids with their mental health. You can purchase it on Amazon. So if you have a child or you know a child that struggles with their voice and feeling heard or being heard or feeling seen or being seen, this journal is an excellent tool for them to write out their day and their perspective of things that they've gone through that they can use to debrief with a trusted adult to help them advocate for themselves. So it is called My Voice, and you can find it, like I said, on Amazon. I will post the link on the socials later, so if you want to just hit the link to go purchase it, you can go do that.
As for myself, with the social flex, we always do want everybody to feel engaged. So if you ever want to come and join the panel, please reach out to us. We love having people on the panel. We love your point of views on the topic. So especially the males, please don't be afraid to come be on our panel. I know this doesn't make it look good, but
I didn't make it not look good. We ain't
do nothing to this man. We have a great time on this show. I'm pretty sure that he can testify that we have a great time.
Great time. Good debates. I love it. I'll be back.
I will.
As for myself, I have something coming up in late September, October, 48-hour film festival. I will be in a 48-hour film. It will either be sci-fi or horror. So that's coming up for me. Other than that, we do have our etiquette series that we're trying to roll out, as well as some other series. So stay tuned for us. We always do thank you guys so much for joining in, your comments, your questions. If you have any comments or questions or any topics you would like to see, hit us up on the page. If you want to post anything that is related to relationships, you can tag it on the page and get that voice as well. I hope I'm not missing anything that I wanted to kind of go over. I think I'm pretty good. Other than that, here at the social. Yeah.
You can catch us for the after show. 24 for Taco Tuesday.
When the day?
Yeah, the day.
All right, well, can we close out so we can go?
Dang.
I know that's wrong.